In this video, I want to take you guys through a batch of new PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 game reveals. Of course, E3 is going on right now, and there's a ton of stuff dropping, a ton of new information coming out, and later today, we have the Ubisoft conference. Tomorrow, we have the Microsoft event going on. There's just a ton of stuff going down. However, there have been some smaller games that have also been revealed, and I do want to take you guys through that. So let's get right into it. We got 5 titles to go over. First of all, we have the first-person action-adventure game Blacktail, which has been announced for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. This is coming from developer The Parasite, and it has you play as Yaga, a 16-year-old girl accused of witchcraft and expelled from an early medieval Slavic settlement. When living memories of her past return as foul spirits walking the earth, Yaga's best choice is to do what she does best, hunt them down. Now, visually, this game, based on what we've seen thus far, looks really good. It notes, explore the wild, use your trusty bow and gauntlet to defeat enemies throughout your journey, craft arrows and potions, hunt wild game, and harvest herbs to survive in the uncanny woods. Find hidden treasures and pieces of Slavic legends, and unravel the past. Follow a mysterious voice leading Yaga down the dark path to power, and discover your own past along the way. Track down elusive spirits and engage in thrilling boss fights to recollect Yaga's missing memories and relive memories to gather clues and solve the mystery of Yaga's lost friends. Dive beyond the surreal. Every memory is an artfully crafted 2.5D narrative episode, each a trippy vision shedding light on Yaga's heart and soul, as well as her mysterious origin, and shape your future, define your alliance and beliefs through story-driven side quests, decide the fate of the land and its inhabitants, be vengeful and manipulative, or honest and compassionate. There is a morality system that'll significantly impact your gameplay experience. Watch your skill set change as you make story-defining choices that shift your morality. Collect lost recipes from the ancient grimoire, brew elixirs in the cauldron to unlock skill upgrades and grow into a great power. Choose your final fate and write your own fairy tale. Will you uphold the light, or will you slide into darkness? Again, Blacktail is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. No current gen release was detailed, so it looks like this is going to be a next-gen exclusive title, and hopefully it is out sometime in 2022. Next up, we have a free-to-play title. The fast-paced multiplayer shooter in Splitgate will make a transition from PC to consoles, PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, and Xbox One. Again, this game has been available on PC for quite a while and received quite well on PC. When it initially got announced and people knew about it coming to PC, a lot of people talked about it was Halo meets Portal, and when you say stuff like that, Halo meets Portal, or I remember sometimes with Darksiders, people were like, it's a cross between God of War and Legend of Zelda. Maybe that sets expectations a bit too high when you're comparing the game to iconic franchises like that and saying it's a combination, but Splitgate, you could definitely see the resemblance of the two. It got a very positive reception on Steam, 13,324 user reviews, 84% of those reviews are positive, so that paints a pretty positive picture. And it's going to be out on consoles very soon. It'll be dropping on July 27th, and again, it's a fast-paced multiplayer shooter that uses controlled portals to create a new dimension of arena combat, evoking memories of the most revered shooters of the past 2 decades. Splitgate embraces the classic and familiar feel of close-quarters combat while adding a multi-dimensional twist that adds a never-before-seen spatial wrinkle to the arena shooter setting. Battle against up to 10 friends in online multiplayer, or refine your skills versus the formidable AI. Key features of the game: note fly, flank, and frag. Remember that this is going to be a very fast-paced game, so it's going to be constant movement, and that is encouraged and rewarded as players strategically place portals to fly, flank, and frag throughout the game. Competitive ranking system. Ranking system matches players against competitors of a similar skill level. Climb through the competitive ranks from the bronze bracket to the champion bracket. Do you have what it takes to be a champion? Equal playing field. Players start each match with the same loadout, eliminating any unfair advantages from the start, and easy to learn but difficult to master. Again, it will be an absolutely free-to-play title. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, and it's out next month, July 27th. Maybe we'll talk about this game a little bit more as we get closer to its release. Okay, next up we have the Nordic folklore-inspired horror adventure title Bramble, the Mountain King. That's coming to consoles and PC in 2022. Now, it wasn't clarified which consoles it would be coming to. I would imagine that if you are bringing a game like this and you just say consoles, it might be a next-gen exclusive, but I could also easily see it being cross-gen. Cross-gen is probably the route most of these games want to go so they can attract the biggest audience possible, but in the case of Blacktail, that's a game that's going to be next-gen only, so that's a little bit surprising. Nevertheless, Developer Dimfrost Studio has announced Nordic folklore-inspired horror adventure game Bramble the Mountain King, and it'll be dropping 2022. Key features of this title: now traverse the treacherous land of Bramble on an emotional journey to find your sister while uncovering the secret of a dark curse. Story-driven gameplay, cinematic moments, David and Goliath boss fights, encounter mythical creatures such as Naken and Sagrasa, trolls and gnomes, explore a landscape and environments inspired by Nordic nature. Again, Bramble and the Mountain King will be dropping for consoles and PC in 2022, and hopefully that does hit its window and maybe something we'll see more of in the very near future. Next up, we have World War Z Aftermath, which is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Of course, the original World War Z was a fantastic cooperative experience, and now we have World War Z Aftermath. Seems like the competition for high-level cooperative titles is ramping up because we got Back 4 Blood coming as well, but Saber Interactive is bringing World War Z Aftermath to just about every console. It'll launch 2021 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, with native PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series support to follow in early 2022. It will be coming with backwards compatibility this year on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S at 4K and 60 frames per second, and in early 2022 the game will receive further next-gen enhancements with support for PS5 and Xbox Series XS, console features, as well as Horde Mode XL free and on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. So that mode will not be available on current-gen platforms. That will be a next-gen exclusive platform, exclusive, like the game mode will be exclusive, so that is something to note. World War Z Aftermath Deluxe Edition featuring a bonus weapons pack and weapon skin will be available for $49.99, $29.99 for owners of the original game, and they note to stay tuned for more information. New stories from a world at war, the next generation of Zombie Swarm, playing glorious 4K 60 FPS on next generation platforms. Horde Mode XL features hundreds more zombies on screen than ever before possible. Horde Mode XL will arrive in a free post-launch update and deep progression and a new perspective. Experience a heart-pounding new perspective with Aftermath's immersive new first-person mode option. Customize your weapons to survive any challenge and conquer new daily missions with special modifiers for bonus rewards. I always talk about how, you know, we need more co-op titles, but man, there's been a lot of co-op titles coming. Hazelight really carving out their own niche in doing co-op exclusive titles. World War Z, Back 4 Blood. If you're looking to have games to play with friends, I mean, these are pretty good options. Maybe we'll never see a Left 4 Dead 3. I don't know if Valve is up for that, but World War Z, Back 4 Blood definitely offering an alternative. Again, this will be coming late 2021 with PS5 and Xbox Series native support coming in early 2022. And lastly, I do want to give you guys a heads up on Death's Gambit Afterlife, which is coming to PS4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. This includes 6 new bosses, 10 new levels, and much more on top of the original Death's Gambit experience. Publisher Serenity Forge and developer White Rabbit have announced the game, and users who already own the game, get this, all that additional content, it'll be coming as a free upgrade. It'll include 6 new bosses, 10 new levels, a revamped world and systems, 22 new weapons, 100 talents, Metroidvania upgrades, multiple endings, crafting, and a world map. There was an announcement trailer that did drop, but that's pretty cool. I mean, Death's Gambit didn't see across the board revere, but it was a game that was received pretty well, and I think it is going to turn out to be a pretty decent upgrade. I mean, at the end of the day, it is free, so hopefully that does entice more people to pick up the game itself. But that's going to wrap up this one. Again, a lot of games being announced that are going relatively under the radar, given that there are just a few titles really taking up the headlines this week, but make sure you keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be some good stuff that is going to go a little bit under, so yeah, check all of this out, keep it on your radar, and a lot of it coming late 2021, a lot of it in 2022. This is around the time where we do see that 2022 table kind of fill up as well, especially for the early portion of the year. That's going to wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.